What is up, everybody? I know it's been a minute since I actually sat down and had some time to record an actual full-fledged video, but this one was an actual special adventure. As you've seen by the title and thumbnail, that's right, I met the man, the myth, the legend himself, MarkSpears, one of my favorite artists in the game, one of the hottest artists of 2024 coming into 2025. That's right, we drove about 8 to 9 hours. Luckily, my mom lives right at the Kentucky-Tennessee border, so we got down there at about midnight and stayed the night, slept real quick, got up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and then drove another 2 hours down to Nirvana Comics. We waited in line 3 or 4 hours, and then we got to meet him, got a couple books signed. Everything, all updates and everything will be at the end of the video. We also stopped at McKays, so you're going to get a nice tour of that. But it's a nice little vlog, show some interactions with Mark. I didn't film or anything, but I'll post some pictures and everything like that. And then at the end, we have more of a top-down style and everything. So let me know down in the comments how you were doing, how everybody has been. I know it's been a while, but with everything with whatnot, as you can see down in the descriptions, as always, check me out on IG. But like I said, stay tuned to the end. We show off the haul, but we have an absolute, if you can see over my shoulder, there's like 3 or 4 months worth of variants, convention exclusives, and tons of crazy books. So that haul is coming soon. So enjoy this video, and again, shout out to Nirvana Comics and MarkSpears. Alright, what is up, everybody? We are out here at Nirvana Comics. Excuse my voice, I am exhausted. We drove about 6 or 7 hours, went to bed at like midnight, woke up at like 5 in the morning, so your boy is exhausted. But we're going to walk around, we're going to show you guys. There's a nice little line so we can kind of see out here. Nirvana Comics, all that kind of stuff. We're waiting for, you know it, the man, the myth, the legend himself, MarkSpears. And then we also heard that Ryan Stegman is like a few blocks away, so I think we're going to go check out him. But we're hanging out here. Once the line opens up, once some things start kicking off, we've got some cosplayers, things around like that. We're going to show you guys, check it out some more like that. But stay tuned, because like I said, MarkSpears coming.
Jenny Friss on what?
When you get a chance to get a minor piece.
Reader, like the two, like.
Oh, that's a good one.
Do I need to buy anything?
They are. everybody. I told you we're going to be doing things a little bit differently. I'm going to have a ton of books to show off in a few upcoming videos, so this format is a lot easier for me. We'll still have the intros and outros and all that kind of stuff, but let me know how you like this instead of, you know, just a floating head, me showing off books. So we're going to get into the McKays haul. You guys saw some footage of that, all that kind of good stuff. And this was a book I missed. I didn't really pick it up when it dropped, but for $1.50, Absolute Martian Manhunter issue number 1, loving the Absolute stuff. I didn't pick it up because of the interior artwork, but why not for $1? $1.50 maybe. And then we have Transformers issue number 57. It is a newsstand, does have a little crease in the bottom right, but with the Transformers books, again, these were all literally $1.50, and then the last one was $2. So $1.50, you can't beat it. I'm putting together the Transformers run. I don't care about condition. Had to grab some Peach Momoko. Twig issue in number 5, Scotty Young, Kyle Stram. Definitely a fan of the Twig series. I have 2 of the slabs. I won from AOK's a while back, but I love the horror Peach Momoko stuff, so why not? A cover I did not have, shout out to Ghost Machine, of Junkyard Joe, issue number 5. Definitely one I needed for the run. I'm only missing a few covers for the series, and then I'll have them all. And then let's move on to this one. I got Fight Girls again. $1.50 for all these. I have issue 1 through 3, and now I have issue number 4. I wanted to read this series, so I just need issue number 1, or issue number 5. Cover art, Frank Cho, Sabine Rich does the interiors, all that kind of good stuff, but definitely seems like a fun series, so one I want to check out. And then I always am trying to grab some video game stuff, and it's a newsstand as well. Gears of War, a nice little prelude to Gears 3. This is issue number 19. Love that Marcus Phoenix on there, crushing them locusts. And then speaking of newsstands, for $1.50, it is a little beat up in the bottom left, but Spawn issue in number 15. Newsstand baby, so you can't beat that. And then the only one that was $2, nice little Lee Bermejo, A Vicious Circle, boom. I don't have any regular bags and boards, so I still got it in the McKays one, but yeah, had to grab this, A Vicious Circle. The interiors are crazy. This book took like a year to drop issue number 2, so definitely got to find that, but oversized format. But the meat and potatoes, the reason I drove 7 hours down south to Nirvana Comics. Yes, these are the free comic book day exclusives, limited to 1,000. Nirvana Comics. The reason I went down there, like I said, MarkSpears, nice little EC horror homage. I even threw the Kickstarter card in the back, but I actually pre-ordered one for local pickup, and that's what I drove 8 hours, of course, to meet MarkSpears. But shout out to Grant when he saw me in line. I do a lot of sharing on Instagram. I always tell people to tag. Branding is key, but he actually hooked me up with another one, so big shout out to them. So I have 2 now, so I'm really excited. Again, limited to 1,000, but got 3 books signed. I had 1 signed for my buddy that works with us at Rups Comics, so I already handed that off. But look at this, a baby. Spawn 356. The reason I fell in love with MarkSpears so much, saw this cover art on Spawn and was an instant fanatic. Signed with the bat remark. Whoo, baby, I love it. Got it in the comic capsule as well. So this will be staying in the PC forever. And then one of the books that I'm currently on, big payment plans. I got all the monsters from the shop, so definitely got to pay these off. But I had to take a Monsters. Monsters, cover A, signed in the middle with the remark. Absolutely phenomenal. These are some of the centerpieces of my collection now. I thought about doing CGC because they were there as well, but you know, I wanted to stay in check. We never got to go over to Ryan Stegman. Almost lost my books there, but we never got to see Ryan Stegman, so that was unfortunate a little bit. So at the end of the day, the trip was phenomenal. Shout out to everybody we met in line, met some YouTubers, met some people from the Discord family. It was absolutely an awesome time, and we met some YouTube community members. So again, I know this video was all over the place. Lots of free comic book day stuff, lots of traveling stuff, lots of tired, jumpy footage. But again, it was absolutely amazing. It was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and hopefully we can do it again next year or any other time MarkSpears is at a location. Definitely need to try and get on the opportunity. So let me know down below what was your favorite. These were by far my favorite, and just hanging out with the girl, meeting everybody, it was amazing. So stay tuned. I have a video that was lost to the footage, and it's going to be about 3 or 4 months of exclusives, variants, convention exclusives, sign books. It's going to be insane. So it's going to be a long one, but that one is coming soon. So leave me some comments. Let me know how you guys are doing. Can't wait to see everybody at HeroesCon. But until next time, just follow everything in the descriptions. Stay legendary. Much love. And as always, I hope you guys find what you're looking for. Thank you.